Is it a good idea to drink water before going to bed? I want to talk about that in this video as far as, do people drink water before they go to bed? Is that important and why? And I want to talk about some of the, one excuse in particular that I've heard as far as why people don't want to drink water before going to bed. Now, real quick, there's a lot of health benefits of drinking water, staying hydrated, and that could be a separate video altogether. They're out there. But in this video, I want to talk about drinking water before you go to bed, staying hydrated at nighttime, and one of the excuses I've heard a lot. During the daytime, it's really not an issue. People, in their mind, they conceptualize how they view things differently based on activity. During the daytime, a lot of people who are doing a good job during the day as far as drinking plenty of water to stay hydrated, they wake up in the morning, they'll get their two glasses of water. They might take a gallon of water to the gym, or they take water with them to work, and so on. So during the daytime, you don't really see an issue. So if a person is only drinking water throughout the day, is that sufficient? What about the nighttime? So most people on average work an 8-hour day. I know there's people watching this video, you may work a lot more than that, but for the purpose of this video and an example, let's look at that situation. 8 hours, a lot goes on or can happen during that time. Mentally and experientially, it seems like a much longer time during the day, from the time you wake up to about that 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock window when you get out of work. So yeah, during that time, you're like, I need to drink my water. You're at the gym after work perhaps, or before you go to work in the morning, you're getting a lot of water intake. So here's where people can drop the ball, in my opinion, and the opinions of others when you look at staying hydrated. The thing is, and I'm going to talk about the benefits of drinking water at night here in a few minutes. The thing is that while you may clock out of work, those who literally clock out, or those who just, when you get off work, figuratively speaking, you clock out, you're done with your job, you get to go home. Your body never clocks out, figuratively speaking, right? Your body is working 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. It's just continuously doing the things it needs to do to keep you healthy and to keep you alive. Your body is going to keep having to function. It's like a machine, and until you someday expire and the body dies, it's going to keep on going. So just because you go to sleep doesn't mean the body still doesn't have to keep performing, and that still doesn't have specific needs during that time. So let's look at when you sleep. When you sleep, on average, some people may sleep about 8 hours. Some maybe a little less, and some of you more. So 8 hours laying down on your back or your side, that's a long time to be laying down. And your mind, it may go by quicker. For those of us, we can close our eyes, go to sleep, and wake up in the morning wishing you still had a few more hours of sleep. You don't want to get out of bed. You hit the snooze. So interestingly enough, from a perception standpoint, that part of our life at nighttime can go by quick. And so we don't necessarily think about the importance of being hydrated during that window, that segment of time during our life. So let's go right into that. Why drink water before you go to bed? Some of you are already aware of the studies that are out there. I believe it might be the Asians. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments. I read a lot of literature, and because of that, those reviews, I don't necessarily always remember them exactly, but there's been studies that are done. You can look them up, and they conclude that drinking water before you go to bed has a protective factor for your heart. For you elderly or older people out there, drinking 2 glasses of water before you go to sleep can reduce the incidence of a heart attack, or the chance for a heart attack at night while you're sleeping. It also has a protective factor on your organs. So think about this. For 8 hours, you're laying down at night on your back, your side. So if you're doing that dehydrated for that period of time, that's a lot of stress on your body that you may not be aware of because you're not necessarily fully conscious, you're asleep. So the heart, the organs are put under unnecessary stress because you're not drinking enough water before you go to bed. And those of you, and I'm going to talk more about this in this video, is when you get up to go pee, you're actually getting rid of fluid from your body when you urinate, and then you go right back to bed. So now you're even a bit more dehydrated. You got to remember, you sleep on average for about 8 hours. So think of it this way. Would you want to go during the daytime? Most people work that 8-hour period at work. You might get an hour for lunch. So by the time you get off, it's actually 9 hours. Are you going to go that entire period and not drink any water? Nothing at all? Intake, no fluid? Think about that. You would be very thirsty. You'd probably start getting dehydration headaches. You wouldn't feel good. You wouldn't function as well. You'd feel groggy. So the answer is no, of course not. Most reasonable people are going to drink water during the daytime. Even those who may not be that great at it, you're going to drink something. Those of us who are on top of it, we're getting our gallon of water a day, gallon and a half, depending on physical activity level. So likewise and logically, if you're going to not deprive yourself of water during the daytime, then why in the hell would you deprive yourself of water before you go to bed and for 8 hours at night? Some of you might be thinking, well, you're not doing anything at night. You're just laying there. Well, yeah, you may be laying there, but you're still burning calories. You're still sweating at night. That's why you got to change your sheets, people. You got to wash them periodically because you sweat at night. And actually, you burn fat at night. It's oxidative. That's a whole other tangent I could go on. But the point is, you don't want to go 8 hours without hydration. It's a lot of stress on the body, and you're not going to feel that as well as you could in the morning had you just done a few simple things. So let me talk about that, and let's talk about the excuse that I hear a lot. When I talk to people about hydration and taking care of themselves and the benefits of drinking a lot of water, helps with weight loss, is good for your kidneys and so on. And if you do periodic lab works, it's going to reflect that. I've seen people's labs improve, the GFR, bone creatine ratio. When you do those metabolic panels in the labs, I've seen mine are very optimal, been that way for a long time. I'll be 47 in a few months. So, you know, this is, I've seen the benefits of drinking a lot of water as far as in my own life and other people's lives. And plus, this is demonstrated and backed up. It's not just opinion. So, when you sleep at night, here it comes. I ask people, well, you're doing good during the day drinking water. What about before you go to bed? I said, are you willing to drink a couple glasses of water right before you go to sleep, or are you drinking water before you go to sleep? And when I ask this question, people kind of just give me a look, you know, funny look, and it's not necessarily one of a confusion. It's more like a bit of a surprise look, like, what do you mean, you know, drink water right before I go to bed? And the excuse they give me is, I don't want to do that because if I drink water before I go to bed, I'm going to have to wake up in the middle of the night and go pee, urinate. And I don't want to have to do that. Number one, to me, that's just being plain lazy. Number two, my experience is, and other people's experiences, when you talk about this, whether or not you drink 2 glasses of water before you go to bed or not, the chances are within 8 hours of sleep, that period and laying down, and you know, you can talk about gravity and all these things and effect on your bladder, your chances are you're going to have to get up anyways to urinate, to pee sometime during the night. That's likely going to happen anyways. So therefore, logically, think about this. If your rationale to not drink water before going to bed is because you don't want to have to pee at night, and it's going to happen anyways, then why are you depriving yourself of that water if you're going to have to pee anyways? So you may as well drink water before you go to bed. I recommend 2 glasses. It's what I drink. And yes, I get up in the middle of the night. It may be a couple times a night on average. Yeah, go pee. No big deal. Go right back to sleep. Now here's the second part of this issue I want to talk about. And this may not be for everyone, and I understand. But for me, if I wake up in the middle of the night, and I do, to go pee every night, it's normal. I go do my business, and after I'm done, I will get some water, you know, maybe a small glass, a cup, and I'll drink some water after I peed and then go back to sleep. And for me, why am I doing that? Well, because I'm peeing at night, I'm eliminating. I want to put water back in me. Why? Because as I mentioned before, you're in bed for an 8-hour period. It's a longer time than you realize. It's like if you were at work for 8 hours. Remember, a lot of stuff happens, but we perceive it differently because of different experiences and how we perceive it. But 8 hours is 8 hours. So yes, after I pee at night, I quickly drink a glass of water, doesn't take long, and then I go back to bed, no problem. I may do that twice a night, and then I drink water and then go back to sleep. When I wake up in the morning, guess what? I feel great. I don't feel as groggy. I feel like energized. My mind is clear. I feel good. And yeah, I throw a pot of coffee on, do my cup of coffee, and then I'll also drink a couple glasses of water on an empty stomach when I wake up. So, That's my point of this video is that when we think about hydration, we sometimes can, I guess, kind of have our box and how we keep things in as far as how we perceive them. We got our box and how we view a situation. And for some people in their mind, it never dawned on them that 8-hour window when you sleep, whatever the time period is for you, it never dawned on them that is important too. That's part of your life. Add those hours up throughout your life that you sleep. It's a substantial amount and a significant part of your life. And as you get older, cumulatively, the more of an impact it can have on your longevity as far as the health of your organs, heart, kidneys, and so on, and then just your overall health. So, is your health important to you? That's a question I ask you. What are you willing to do to have more benefits down the road? Are you going to just use the excuse of, I don't want to have to get up and pee at night? To me, that sounds like a cop-out and being lazy, because your health is very valuable. Health is the first wealth, as some say, and I agree with that. So if you have to get up in the middle of the night to go urinate a couple of times and what have you, so what? You're going to probably do it anyways. Drink the water before you go to bed. And for me, I even would drink some throughout the night when I'm already up to pee and then go back to bed. When I wake up in the morning, the difference is, for me, my quality of sleep is actually excellent. I had REM sleep and rapid eye movement sleep. How do I know? Because I remember very vivid and good dreams that I have during the night. So for me, this is working well. For other people that I talk to, this works very well. Now, some people who might be going on tangents and trying to think of something totally different about how many times you pee and so on, for people who may have diabetes and things like that, that's a whole other issue, has nothing to do with this video. Normal people who are otherwise healthy, I'm very healthy, I have no medical issues, no problems, I'm in excellent health. So it is normal to wake up in the middle of the night to go pee. That does not mean you necessarily have a problem. So if you're going to have to pee during the daytime at work, you're not going to go 8 hours at work and not have to pee at least once or twice. And you're not going to go a whole day during your daytime activities without drinking water. So therefore, logically, these common sense rules, these reasons, they don't stop just because it gets dark outside and you finish watching the news and now it's time to go to bed. No, your body is working all the time. So do yourself a favor, make your health of value and demonstrate that you value your health by being willing to consider making lifestyle changes that are going to give you, positive long-term benefits in the long run. You're worth it and your life is worth it. So that's my 2 cents for this video on hydration. Hydration is not part-time within your 24-hour window of time, day to day. Your body keeps doing its thing, and you need to stay hydrated throughout your whole time being alive. So take care of yourself. I know there's a lot more that can be said on this issue. So if you want to leave some comments in the comment box, feel free to subscribe to my channel. I appreciate it. It motivates me to continue to try to make more videos and build this into a channel to where I try to encourage people and provide information. My name's James Hunter. Until I talk to you again, you have a good day.